In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step breakdown of how you can take an online coaching business from absolutely nothing, no followers, no money, zero, to £5,000 a month in less than 90 days. So this is exactly how I would build a business starting today. Now, this isn't exactly what I did when I was starting my business because the market was different. I'd already worked in the fitness industry for a number of years and I already had a number of clients that I could use as testimonials and I could leverage my audience pretty well. So this won't work for you if you just copy exactly what I did. What I'm going to do is teach you the step-by-step process that we take our clients through to help scale their businesses. And what I've done is I've broken it down into the exact steps that you need to take from nothing to £5,000. So step one is building your offer. And this is the most important foundation that you need. Now, if you stay to the end of the video, there's a couple of other things that you're going to need to get this off the ground. You're going to actually need a delivery system for the coaching, which we're going to give you along with other things. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so we can give you those. Back to the offer. The offer is the foundation of everything you work with. It's where you define your niche. It's where you define the audience that you're going to work with. And it's where you set your program apart from everything else. So there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of with this. For this system to work, we cannot go low ticket. We need to go high ticket with our program. Not silly high ticket. It's not going to be way beyond your experience. You're not going to be charging more than you're worth. But we need to make sure we get the right price point or else you're going to struggle to scale your business enough. A happy medium that we find between charging enough to make it worth your while, to give people an incredible service, to work with them really hands-on without overcharging because you're probably new to the industry or you're probably not very well developed in your coaching knowledge to the extent where you can charge thousands and thousands. We like to put together a 4-month program that's on average about £250 a month. So around £1,000 for a whole program. That's still way, way cheaper than getting a trainer in person. And it allows you to only work with a small number of clients and really give them that attention they deserve, because you're going to need to do that when you're just starting out. You don't have the name or the power to be able to say, oh, do my more hands-off program. You don't have the pull for that. It has to be very, very hands-on. You have to sell everything that they're going to need. So when it comes to defining your audience and when it comes to picking the niche that you want to work with, we look at a couple of things, but there has to be a niche that you understand very, very well. There has to be a reason for you to do that. So you need to pick an audience that you have relevance with, whether it's an ex-job, whether it's someone that you have in your family that you understand very well, or whether it's the journey that you've been through yourself. Usually one of those three options is the right thing. And then basically you're going to build out the offer based around the key components of what those people need. So for example, if they're busy professionals, they're going to need nutrition that's flexible and able to move with them on the go. They're going to need training plans that can be moved days. They're going to need training plans that some days can be done on 5 days and some days can be done on 3. So you need to really develop the offer around the audience that you've got. So step one is getting your offer right. Step two is getting a content plan in place that's going to allow us to start building an audience. So the first thing we've done is build the offer, but now we need to actually get the attention of the people we're trying to sell it to. And we're going to assume that you're starting from nearly nothing here, maybe just a personal page on a couple of things. First thing we need to do is we need to identify which are the right platforms for your audience. That could be Instagram, that could be Facebook, that could be TikTok, that could even be LinkedIn. But whatever we decide where your audience hangs out mostly, we need to have a content plan in place for those people. Once you've decided which platform you're going to post on, we need to set up a schedule for this platform. Now, a really good rule of thumb is to base your post around 3 things, okay? The first thing is going to be about building an audience. So it needs to be engaging, entertaining. It needs to draw new eyes in and make people want to look at you and see what else you're doing. We need to deliver value. So we need to show this audience that we can actually solve the problems that we've got. So that you need to look at what issues they're bothered with. You need to look at the things that's stopping them succeeding, and you need to deliver them bits of value to show that you know what you're talking about. And the final thing is social proof. We're going to have to show either the journey of maybe some clients that you might have taken on previously, some clients that you might have hanging around the business, or even just yourself. If you can be a reflection of your business and take them on that journey, that's great social proof as well. But that's where your schedule needs to sit between. It needs to be a balance between those 3 things. So with that, your targets for that content plan, if we're starting from 0, by the end of this process, we're going to need about 1,000 people to sell to in order for the numbers to work out. So we need a content plan that's growing by around 300 new followers a month. So think about that when you're looking at the amount of entertainment and engagement you're getting on your profile, because you need to optimize it to get those 300 people. You need to be networking. You need to be outreaching to people. You need to be speaking to people. And that comes into point 3. So the third step is we need to input a direct marketing strategy. Direct marketing strategy basically means getting in the DMs, getting in the inboxes of the people that we want to work with. Remember that we're trying to build from 0 to 5K a month here within 90 days. So we have to be quite direct. We don't have time to wait to build up and use magnetic marketing to pull people in. We have to go out and get them. So you're going to need a system that directly markets to your customers. So when you get these followers, when you get these new eyes, get this new engagement, you have to have a timetable in your day to be reaching out and building connections with these people. We're not just going to sell to them just yet because it's a little bit early. They need to see more content to learn, what you do and how you get there. But that's going to be the next step that we do. But you need to have a system within your day to be reaching out to everybody that is on your social media. Step 4, we're going to build a VSL. All right. That's a video sales letter. Essentially what it is it's a video kind of like this, nicely produced, you speaking to the camera, of you walking through either your journey or a journey of somebody that you've helped in this audience before. We're going to need to talk them through the struggles that person had, where they were when they worked with you or where you were before you started this journey. You're going to talk through the major key concepts of what allowed the transformation to happen. But when I say transformation, I mean just the change from point A to point B. It doesn't always have to be physical, but this should match up with your offer. These steps that you're taking should match up with the steps that you help clients do within your offer. And then you're going to show them the end result, and you're going to talk to them about what changes have happened within your life or within this client's life in order to allow them to kind of access the things that they wanted. You need to give them a total idea of the difference between where they were before they started working with you, the steps you put in place, and the end result. This video needs to be about 10 minutes long. All right. And you're going to be able to send that to prospective clients, and they're going to get a really good in-depth understanding of who you are, what you do, and you're going to be able to tell a story, which is going to build know, like, and trust very, very quickly with the audience and get them ready to buy from you. Step 5, we're going to need a sales funnel. Don't get put off by the word funnel. It's nothing fancy. All right. But we're going to need a few key components to allow this to work. We're going to need an application form, because that's going to allow people to actually, want to work with us. So you need something that captures the name, captures their email, ideally captures the phone number, and then you're going to want to ask them a couple of questions on that application form, okay? So a couple of things that I would ask is, where are you now? So what are you struggling with? Where would you like to be? What are your goals? Why is now the right time to do this? So you're getting them to basically answer why they need to do this right now, okay? And what are you looking for in a coach? So you're literally getting them to dictate to you what they're actually looking for help with. All right. Couple of qualifier questions. If you find that you are getting too many people who get on the phone with you that either don't have the money to invest or are kind of tire kickers, I don't like using the word tire kickers, but we'll use it for this video. Couple of questions you can add in. Okay. First question. Our packages start from £250 a month. Please tick this box to show that you understand this. That's non-committal, which is great. They're not saying, I have this to invest or I will invest this if I get on the phone with you. All they're saying is, I understand that this is the price of the program, which is going to stop as many people getting on the phone that can't afford it. The second thing you can ask is, when are you looking to start? Are you looking to start immediately? You can do a multiple choice. Are you looking to start immediately? Are you looking to start within the next 7 to 14 days, or are you looking 14 days plus? If they're looking to start 14 days plus, I would always message them before they get on the call and just find out why. And if it's a bullshit reason, don't take the call. But usually that will kind of weed out any people that are wasting your time. Now, you can host this form for free on Google Forms, or you can use something like Typeform, Jotform, or Woohoo if you're willing to pay a little bit of money for it. They just look a little bit nicer. You could probably do it on a Google form if you would like. The second thing we need in that sales funnel is we need a follow-up. So we're going to need a thank you page. So when they submit the call, we want a page where they go to that handles some objections of that call. So you're going to want a video explaining your service, explaining your offer, exactly what steps you do. And then you're going to want some videos underneath of common objections that you get. So, can you handle my special dietary requirements? Do I need to train every day? Why are you different from an in-person personal trainer? What are the results you get from your program? Are there any guarantees? Okay, if you make those 6 videos, that will go a long way to actually sorting out a lot of the issues that people have before the call. And you can even add a little FAQ at the bottom of all little tiny questions that people ask. How long is the minimum commitment? Is there a contract? Blah, blah, blah. Answer all of those questions. But if you sell the program really well in that first video, basically they're going to decide whether they want it or not at that point. And then all of the rest of the things are just handling objections of the person before they get on the call. So now as part of that process, you can make that page on ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or any kind of landing page software. The ClickFunnels basic, it costs a little bit, but it's worth it for the job that thank you page does when people turn up to your sales calls. It's worth it. So I would get that. And then you're going to want to follow up and confirm each one of these calls. All right. You want to have calls scheduled. So after they fill in the application form, they should be redirected to a call booking software. Calendly works. That's usually the one that we use, to be fair. There's a couple more, but Calendly seems to be the one of choice. You want them to only be able to book a call within 3 days. You don't want any longer than 3 days because it gives them too much time to change their mind or get distracted by other things, and your show up rate will drop dramatically. So ideally, you want the call either the same day or 24, 48 hours in advance. All right. And when it gets after the call's booked, 24 hours before the call's booked, you want to reach out to the person. First of all, you want to reach out to them immediately as soon as they book the call. Either send them a voice note or send them an email. I prefer a voice note personally because it's a little bit easier. You want to send them a message saying, "Hi, thanks for, booking a call. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you. A couple of things. I hope you watch the videos on the page after you booked a call. If not, here's a link to the page just so you can familiarize yourself with the process and with how we work. All we're going to do after that is we're just going to have a chat on the phone and see whether it's a good fit for me, see whether it's a good fit for you, see whether we can get you the results that you want, and then we can take it from there. Really looking forward to speaking to you. I'll speak to you on. Hopefully you get a reply at that point. If you do not get a reply at that point, then you still want to confirm the call 24 hours before. So you want to send them a message saying, "Hi, John, looking forward to your call at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Could you please confirm that this time is still available for you?" Just so you're not, again, getting ghosted, because we want to keep that show up rate small. And the final thing is the call. So we've already spoken about the call on this process. You want to keep it within 3 days. I'm not going to go through a whole call script. That could probably be another video, but here's some key concepts that you need to consider. If you want to see me make a video on how to actually fully structure a sales call, just drop a comment in the video that's below and I'll make sure to get that done. But here's a very, very easy, simple flow. First bit, you want to build rapport with the person, all right? You just want to have a bit of a chit chat. You want to get to know them a little bit. You want to break the ice. Second part of the call, you want to ask them some key questions. I'll map these out in a later video. Again, if you want it, just drop a comment below. But things that you could ask: why is this goal so important to you? Who else would this goal affect? What kind of changes in your life are going to happen if you reach this? What are your struggles? Why have you chosen to reach out to me? What about the program you think works? Why is now the right time? Why can you not do this on your own? What are the struggles you have if you try to do this yourself? In between those questions, shut up and just listen to them, because that's where you're going to be able to then further into the call, relay those problems back to them. Second part of the call then, after you've done that, is you want to pitch the program. You want to tell them exactly what part of the program solve those problems that they've just told you and then allows them to achieve the goals that they've told you they want to get. So you just pick the parts of your program, pick the parts of your offer that directly solve that. That's why it's so important to listen. So most of this call is listening. The final bit is you telling them, and then you basically want to ask a couple of questions. So after you've got the program sorted out, you want to temperature check them, which is basically like, do you agree that this is the right program for you? After what I've told you, do you think this is the right thing to take you forward? Yeah. Okay, cool. And obviously from your form that you said, you're aware of the pricing structure and you're aware that we're looking for you to start pretty soon. Is that still true? Is that still the case? Hopefully the answer is yes. All right, cool. Okay, here are the packages that we've got. And you basically just drop it like that. Okay, so the program's £1,000 over 4 months. You can either do, payments of 250 quid, or you can just pay £1,000 up front. You can actually, I'll do this on the sales video if you want it, but we can talk about how you can manipulate that offer at the end to get the price that you want. And that's the sales calls done. All right, so that is the whole sales process, which is a huge chunk of what you're going to be doing here. Now we're on the final step. Final bit is going turbo on getting this to work, and I'm going to run you through some numbers that we need to hit here so we make sure that we get this. And these are industry standard numbers, so we need to make sure that we're getting this right. Okay, so we've got everything in place. You've got your content plan. We've got your offer built. You've been directly reaching out to people and building a relationship. We've got a VSL to show them exactly what you can do and how you can get there. And we've got a sales process in place. So now we need to get people through the door and onto the program. So For us to make this 5K in this final month, we need 5 sales of our £1,000 program. We have to secure that. So we're going to work back from the outcome that we want. We've done all the groundwork. All right. We've put the work in already. So now we can actually start looking at figures. So we need 5 sales. On average, for a new coach, your closing rate, if you are semi-competent, is probably going to be around 50% for a program of this price at this point in your career. So that means that if we want 5 sales, we're going to need to book 10 calls this month. If we assume that you're going to get an 80% show up rate, we probably need to book 12 calls to make this work. We're being real here, right? I'm giving you actionable advice. So let's just not take the piss. You're probably going to get a couple of people who don't turn up. So 12 calls. That means you're going to need to do 24 hours of outreach over this month. So this is directly messaging people, trying to get them on the program, talking them through, how you can help them, what they could achieve. And hopefully if you've been doing the direct marketing for the previous months, you should have that goodwill built up and able to do that. So we're going to need 24 hours of outreach. All right. And to do that 24 hours of direct outreach, we're going to have needed to have gained about 1,000 followers. So when you're doing your content plan, like I said, you're going to need to gain about 300 followers a month in this process in order to have the audience to facilitate this amount of sales. 1,000 followers, 24 hours of outreach. Okay. So that'll be 6 hours a week, 1 hour a day, 6 days a week. It's very, very manageable. That should book us 12 calls on average. 80% show up rate, 10 people show up. We should be able to close half of them, which would give us 5 sales of £1,000 and £5,000 a month. So I hope that showed you a systematic process of how you can get from 0 to 5K. Now there's some bits that we've got for you. I know we've already given you a lot of information. Some bits we've got for you to make this a little bit easier for you. So we're going to give you some free resources. All right. They're going to be in the description below. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's giving this amount of value. So please, before you do that, hit subscribe for us so we can get more of these out to you. You'll be notified, and hit the bell button. I've still not learned what the bell button is, but I'm pretty sure that you're going to get told when we do new videos. I might be wrong on that. So in the description below, we're going to have 3 things for you. Okay. We're going to have a link to a page, which is going to allow you to download a diet planner and a training plan template. So you're going to have 2 spreadsheets. You just change the branding, the My Old Business Get Results Training. If you can hear my dog barking in the background, I've got a pit bull, so just ignore him. He's probably just seeing a ghost or some sort of bird in the background. We're going to give you those 3 things so you can actually deliver some coaching. All right. Second thing we're going to do is you're going to be a link to our free offer builder. That is a step-by-step training. It's more in depth than this. It's like 3 hours of in-depth, hard training on how to get the very, very best offer. So if you click on that link, you're going to get the offer builder, which is going to take care of step 1. And our content guy, Simon, who's fucking brilliant, and you can't actually pay to work with him because he works solely with us. All right. We're going to give you his content plan and a video of how to fill in that content plan for the things that we want you to do. So you're going to get those 3 resources as well on this. Thinking back about it, definitely should have charged for this video, but that's the point here. All right. We can't charge for this stuff because we've made it a goal to get as many people from 0 to 5K for free as possible, which then means that our business basically takes people from 5K to like 15K plus. All right. So we're hoping when you get there, when you get to 5K, you're going to be like, well, this guy basically built me my business for free and gave me a 50 grand a year salary. I'll do what he wants, which means that we're going to grow our business. So there's a symbiotic thing here. There's a quid pro. We'll forget that. Anyway, click those 3 things, download those 3 things, and let us know in the comments how you get on. And I'll see you next time.